What's going on, guys? Zennosh here, and today in this video of Exos Heroes, let's talk about the update maintenance that is going to happen in some few hours from now. That's gonna be the 29th July update. This game really needs some really good change, a really good change in atmosphere, because there are so many players who are actually starting to get discontent, or let's say unsatisfied with whatever the game is actually showing or offering to us right now. It's actually getting a little bit boring. So let's see if this game is actually going to provide some really good new features, or let's say if the Yupir's labyrinth is actually going to come back. Okay, so there we go. The maintenance update were scheduled on July 29th, 18 UTC, but we have no choice but to inform you that the maintenance schedule has been changed to July 30th. Okay, anyways, the time is to be announced, whatever that is, due to some iOS issues. Anyways, that's iOS, guys. I mean, like, it's always like creating some situation right out there, that iOS. I really hate iOS devices. Anyways, right here it says maintenance time. It's gonna be July 29th. UTC specified time is to be announced still so far. Anyways, within the update time, we won't be able to play the game, so obviously we have no choice but to just keep on putting our eyes on the Facebook post of Exos Heroes when the update is actually going to commence. Okay, anyways, tomorrow we are actually going to see some really cool stuffs happening in the Exos Heroes, and I'm getting really excited. Effects of maintenance cannot access the game and play. Well, surely. Okay. Anyways, for the first thing is that we are going to get the Fate Core Iris. Yes, you heard me right. I'm like, we had been really waiting for this waifu for a very long time, and finally let's see is here, and is she really worth it? And I would say, like, definitely hell yeah. I have even made a review video on her, and I think she can really counter the current meta of the first Guardian units like Fate Core Jeon, Fate Core Rera, and so many other hero units who are pretty much, cancering. They are like a cancer in the current PvP situation because of their dragon scale shields, and she just can remove all barriers from the enemies when the enemy has used the barrier once per round. I'm like, sorry, damn it, my reading skill. Okay, removes all barriers the enemy has when the enemy uses barrier once per round. So there we go, guys. She is pretty much really good at removing all those barriers, and yeah, dragon scale shield also really does count as the barrier, but I have a little bit of doubt right about that because it's a passive effect, and usually the passive effect type of positive stuffs going on around usually don't get debuffed, or let's say they are not removed that frequently. All right, so we are actually gonna see it tomorrow, that if it's actually going to work out or not. All right, so that is it. Anyways, let's keep on moving on, guys. And guess what, guys? For the first time in the history of Exos Heroes, we are now gonna get a banner of the faded equipment, the exclusive faded equipment, guys. It's like, what the hell? Yes. And it's going to ask you guys 700 says for 10 times summons. I mean, like, are you going to pull on it? For me, definitely no. I would never ever even touch this. I mean, like, just for a faded equipment? Oh my god, no. Okay, it's exclusive equipment for this Fate Core Iris, and it's named as, what do you call its name? I forgot the name. Summer Bracelet. All right, what's going to happen is that if the Fate Core Iris is the one who is going to equip this faded equipment, she's going to obtain plus 30 attack. Wow, what an amazing attack, isn't it? Oh man, what the hell is that? And she's gonna improve her combat power by up to 3,000 points. I really don't think that it's really that effective, and then, like, oh man, it's an easy skip for me. And guess what, guys? It also has a rate that is 0.5% rate for Summer Bracelet. It's like, what the hell? And yes, it has also a PD summon, right? 28 core mileage, just like the hero unit right out there. Hell no. Okay, if you have to ask me, honestly, I would say definitely hell no. This is not something that I would really spend myself on, not even in my dreams. It's like, oh no, don't. I'm not going to lay my finger on that shit. Next thing, main system updates and modifications. Path of the trials open. Okay, so finally we are now actually gonna get some really new content in this game, which is definitely going to give us some really freaking new rewards, and you are going to actually love this. Yes. the new story-based content, Path of Trials, has been added. From the Path of Trials, you will be facing the bosses who stood against you in the main storyline, but this time they will be even more powerful. So anyways, that's what it's saying. The Path of Trial consists of 5 chapters. That's going to be Path to State Prosperity, Lenham, Greenland, Astoris Republic, Western Red, Northbound Frosty. I mean, like, the map is still going to be the same, but we are going to have the Path of Trial for each map sections, alright? And we have a total of 5 maps in our general world map, okay, right now. And ta-da! Just look at that, guys. We can receive up to 700 cess. What? I'm like 700 plus 400. That's gonna be 1100, and 200. That's gonna be 1300, right? Holy crap! I'm so bad at mathematics. Anyways, that's going to be 1300 cess, guys. We're gonna be receiving from each stuff, okay? And 1300 times 5. Okay, I'm very poor at math. I think that's gonna be 6500. Is that it? I think so. 6500. Is that it? Yes, could be. All right. Please do correct me. All right. My math is not really that good. Anyways, we are going to receive a lot of cess, and guess what, guys? In return, we are also going to get some really cool rewards as well. Yes, you heard me right. Okay, let's talk about that one. We are going to be receiving 5 to 6 star experience scrolls, 5 to 6 star abrasives, 5 to 6 star spirits, and the holy water of universe as well. Wow, that's cool. And mystic meteorites, gold, legendary to faded equipments, and even exclusive weapon craft ticket. What the hell? Man, for the first time in the Exos Heroes, we are actually gonna get this crafting ticket for the first time. That's gonna be the exclusive weapon craft ticket. We are gonna get exclusive weapon, guys, and that's super cool indeed. I like that. I like that. Jealous likes that, guys. Man. Anyways, it says, as a final stage clear reward of the Path of Trial, Chapter 3 and Chapter 5, the exclusive weapon ticket, craft ticket, will be sent to your mailbox. There we go, guys. So we are gonna receive 2 exclusive weapon craft ticket from this sector, all right? And that's gonna be just amazing indeed. Unlike the previous story content, you can check into the blah blah blah. Okay, so that's what we are actually looking forward to. We are actually hoping to get a lot of sass, and obviously a lot of amazing other items, all right, especially that weapon craft ticket. Okay, exclusive weapon craft ticket. Yeah, there we go. And yes, there's gonna be like some combat power limitation, all right? I mean, like, we need to, I think we need to, like, you know, like what do you call this, get a certain amount of CP before we can actually take part. I mean, like, it might be something like that, all right? I'm not really that sure, but it says penalty. Like, what is this penalty? I mean, like, are we gonna get like penalized? I mean, like, I really don't get it for right now, but anyways, it says, unlike the previous story content, the combat power penalty will be applied in 4 levels: easy, normal, very hard, and extreme. Click on the difficulty UI button for the combat power info. So there we go, guys. Meaning, like, if you really want to compete at that, you know, like, certain pace or certain pattern, we definitely need to have higher combat power. I think that's how it is. But the penalty is actually, like, confusing me, because the combat power that it is actually describing right over there is huge. Anyways, let's get into the next thing right over here. Yupir's labyrinth update. The renewed Yupir's labyrinth has been updated. Yes, you heard me right. Just look at that, guys. The Yupir labyrinth is actually gonna come by. But hey, guys, what's going to happen is that it's actually a little bit limited, meaning we can only fight it once per day. All right, and there's actually going to be like 5 battles in each team. There are going to be a total of 5 teams, so that means 5 times 5. It's going to take us 25 days to collect all the rewards. All right, and every stage, or let's say every stadium or dungeon that we are going to clear, definitely we are going to get some cess out of it. All right, and on each team there's an ultimate reward if you actually manage to complete all those like 5 like that dungeons that are attached, or let's say linked with that certain theme. You are gonna get that ultimate reward, like, let's say, heroic token right over there, some gold, Moo, Spirit King, and the holy water of universe, the sweet holy water of universe. All right, so there we go. That's what it's really trying to say right over here, so I won't be reading that one because it's too long. And the next thing is hero element enhancement update. Okay, so right over here, guys, this is something that's actually going to break this game. Oh man, just think about it, man. I mean, like, if the opponent is actually going to have that certain type of elemental guardian stone of the same element as that of the attacker is actually going to break up to like 6 guardian stones at one shot. I mean, like, even though the opponent has like 6 set of guardian stones of the same element, that is, you know, like same as that of the element of the caster, or let's say attacker, then that attacker is going to be able to break all the 6 guardian stones in just one shot. That's going to be super OP. And yes, guys, the element enhancement is going to make that happen, and this is definitely going to break the game, guys, because we will not be able to maximize our potential with those 6 sets of guardian stone. Because guess what, guys, when you manage to get the 6 set of guardian stones of the same element, not only you will get the maximum set effect of that certain element, but also at the same time you will be able to gain 1200 bonus health stats. Okay, it's actually does improve your tankiness by a very hefty amount, and we are actually going to miss that one out. I mean, like, from now onwards, we definitely won't be able to enjoy that 6 set of guardian stones, because obviously in the PvP content it will be something that will be counterproductive, and definitely the whales are gonna have easier time in shutting the players down. All right, and yes, that is what I'm really trying to say. So it's I mean like it can actually shift the meta, guys. Anyways, right over here it said right over here that like 90 level 5 enhancement, 5 enhanced, plus 5 transcend, you will be able to gain up to like plus 5 element enhancement available. That means you will be able to break up to 6 element guardian stones at a time. Okay, and that is it. That is it, guys. And there is actually going to be a like probability for you guys to gain the success. The first enhancement is going to be 100% chance, and definitely it's going to keep on reducing. All right, first reduction is like by 30%, moving up to like 70% chance of being success. All right, then 20% reduction, then 20% reduction, and finally 15% reduction. But don't worry, guys, if you actually start to land on the failure chances a lot, you are gonna get the plus 5% boost on the next try. Okay, so let's say you want to go into that plus 5 enhancement, right, and it's only 15% chance. Certainly you are going to fail in a very high probability. All right, and then next turn when you are going to roll it out, you're going to have 20% chance. If you fail again, it's going to be 25% chance, and so on. Okay, so plus 5% will be increased to your success rate whenever you fail. And let's move on to the next topic right over here: basic success rate and bonus rate for each level. All right, I think that's what it is actually said right over here. Anyways, what's going to happen is that element enhancement requires gold, fate core move, 5 colored fate stones, and heroic tokens. So I think from now onwards, heroic token is actually gonna hold some really great value. Definitely not spend your heroic tokens on, you know, recruiting that pure to get that 6-star hero unit. No, just take it out. Okay, you are really gonna need this heroic token from now onwards, especially for this element enhancement. You definitely cannot spend your heroic tokens on that worthless pure. Okay, anyways, let's move on to the next thing right over here. This image actually shows you guys like how the level, or let's say the grade of your current element enhancement is gonna be shown in a very descriptive manner, you know, like just by in the symbolic manner. Right over there, guys, the element will have a number assigned to it at its lower, you know, like right bottom side. So that is it. All right, you can check the element enhancement info in the top left corner from the manage heroes menu, blah blah blah. So choice force update. Okay, so what is it actually going to do? So when you go into the airship force, I mean, like, which is going to be the most useless sector. I mean, like, I'm just going to give you some I don't like just some info on this, but it's actually really useless. What it's actually saying is that obviously when you are going to pull on the, or let's say summon the equipments from this force, right, you are definitely gonna also enjoy that fate core mileages, right? And guess what, guys, if you are going to specify like what kind of fate core mileage equipment that you are trying to get, okay, I mean like what would you want to get from the fate core mileage, then you can pretty much select that one. All right, you can select like what type of attack type is it going to be, physical or magical, and what type of equipment part you really need, a helm, armor, gloves, boot, or accessory. Okay, it definitely is not going to apply on the summons. I mean, like when you make the normal summons, you're still gonna get random armors, but when you are gonna receive that mileage ticket, in that mileage ticket, I'm like, this effect is actually going to be applied. So that's what it's written right over here, if I'm not wrong. Okay, by using the craft ticket, we'll obtain a fated equipment that corresponds to the option. Yes, there we go, guys. Once you fill up your mileage, you can receive a craft ticket with the options you have chosen before, not on the normal summons, but on the mileage. Okay, so right over there, meaning like you really have to do some good amount of summons right over there. Anyways, Holy Dragon grants update. So I think we have already discussed on this one. Anyways, there's something new effect going to be applied on the Holy Dragon grounds. And yes, the Holy Dragon grounds is no longer going to decrease the attack of the heroes. He's no longer going to decrease the defense of the attackers. But definitely he's gonna have some good time in like decreasing some health and improving his attack thanks to his Dragon Fang. So there we go, guys. There are a lot of phases involved right over here, which is definitely going to be quite lethal for us. So it's better to deal a lot of damage on him before he can be quite problematic. So that's all I have to say. Anyways, the new effect right over here is going to be Dragon Fang, in my opinion. Phase 3 increases attack every round. Phase 4 uses the enhanced Dragon Fang skill each round. Every round drastically increases attack. So if the battle starts to keep on stretching out, definitely the dragon is going to have upper hand. A gift from the Great One update. When you meet users who has Polymon, the one, or let's say that Digimon, or let's say that Pokemon that you are gonna get when you are going to have a really good scorings or ranking or grading in the embodiment of avarice. Yes, you can get the Polymon from there. If you click on the Polymon, you will be able to gain a lot of gifts per day. I think up to 30 gifts per day. Okay, and in the gift you can get randomly either Exodium, Gold, Levistone, Solar Seal, or Circles. And definitely these are the type of like things that is going to be quite helpful for you guys to keep on improving your hero units. All right, voice actor information update. Yes, we are gonna have some voice actor for the Jeon CV, JP Karnliak. Wow, I'm like, wow, is that a Japanese guy? All right, I don't know. Anyways, fusion ability lock function update. Right away, guys. This is the thing that is actually going to allow you to lock a certain type of enhancement if you think that like it's already reached max and you really don't want to take any kind of gambling with that anymore because it's already too good. I mean, like next time you might actually lose it, right? So you better just lock it down. And yes, some says it's actually going to be required right over there. It says ability reached A rank has lock button after fusion. You can use the lock function when you click it. One it says it's needed to unlock one ability, and you can use lock function for the blue rated Fate Core buff ability. Okay, so right over here it says pretty much that only the blue Fate Core are going to be, you know, like locked. Is that it? Okay, it seems to be quite limited to the blue Fate Core, blue rated Fate Core, if I'm not wrong. Anyways, that is it. Skill changes, passive of this sun, of this Southland. Okay, so right away, guys. Yes, first it was Ice Shower, I think, the one on the review that I made on the Fate Core Iris. The Flap Flap Flop Flop is now added instead of the previous effect. All right, and guess what, guys? We are now gonna be seeing this polymorph, okay, instead of the frigid bolt. So there we go, guys. All right, so it's pretty much the same thing. It's just like there's a little bit of change in the wordings. Okay, anyways, the effect is pretty much the same. Polymorph, all actions are disabled while the effect lost, and it's a passive effect. That means it bypasses the immunity of the opponents. All right, that is it. Passive of the Dragon Knight Blessing, Dragon Hunter Blessing. Okay, enhanced Dragon Fang effect used by each element dragon by 20%, decreases by 20%, right? So Dragon Fang is pretty much the new stuff that's happening around that is going to improve the attack of the dragon drastically. And yes, if you have that Dragon Knight Blessing effect around, then that's going to be quite helpful in order for you guys to minimize the effect from the enhanced Dragon Fang, which is definitely quite lethal for you guys against the, I mean, like with in the fight against that dragon. Okay, so that is it. And tutorial guide, path to trials, Yupir labyrinth, and element enhancement tutorial is added as new content, blah blah blah. Hero battle update. So yes, we are gonna get some new hero battle, and this time the April is the one who is the legendary hero unit who is going to like show up in the banner, guys. We are gonna get April. If you don't have April, then this is the really good time to get April. Okay, I think this is quite rare. Okay, even as she's a legendary hero unit, it's quite rare, and it's quite hard to get her. So definitely you must try to get her right off the bat from here. Anyways, that is it. And the world event, yes, we are actually gonna see some changes in the item that we are gonna get from the world event. We are gonna get this item, which is gonna be quite helpful to us to make some really good summons of the heroes, or some really good upgrading materials right out there. All right, so that's gonna be the Bayer electric fan. Okay, so that is it. Exos here pass update. Yes, we are gonna get some really good Exos pass update as well, through which we can also really get some really cool rewards indeed. And if you can buy the premium pass with that 3,000 crystals, if I'm not wrong, definitely we are gonna get some really cool reward as well. Last time we were able to get a like fate weapon craft ticket, and let's see what we are gonna get for free this time as well. So let's see. Attendance book reward changed, bug fix. Okay, monthly attendance book rewards for the August has been changed. Let's see if we can see some really cool sets being rolled out there. Air Squadron battle, bug fixes, Walkground fest, blah blah blah. Air Squadron raid. All right, graphics. All right. The great one, yes. Now this was what I think it was really bugging me off. The dragon blood is not removed from a hero with the great one effect if the hero does not attack any damage for 2 turns. Yes, I mean, like, I have really noticed that for a very long time, if it's only me or you guys as well. But when I see that, like, the great one mark affected hero unit really do not lose their dragon blood stack, okay, even if we don't really attack them for the next 2 turns, which is quite weird. And I think it's going to be really fixed, which is quite good. Attendance book, several issues that occurred in the attendance book has been fixed, and sound, embodiment of avarice, and blah blah blah. Okay, so very minor fixes right over there. But anyways, the best thing that's what we are gonna get from this update is definitely going to be the Fate Core Iris, who is going to be an ultimate counter for the first Guardian hero units. That's quite causing the mayhem so far in the PvP as well as the PvE contents. All right. And right over here in the Yupir's labyrinth, we are gonna get it again, but this time it's actually a little bit limited. We can complete it over the period of 25 days because there are a total of 5 teams with 5 dungeons. So 5 times 5, that's 25 days. Okay, because we can only do 1 battle per day, 1 dungeon per day. So there are a total of 25 dungeons, so 25 days to complete it. And obviously Yupir's labyrinth is going to be quite helpful to us to gain a lot of cess plus amazing reward items as the final reward as well. And that's pretty cool. And the next thing that's going to be really awesome is definitely going to be this thing called the path of trial, because just look into that. We are going to have 5 path of trial, and from each path of trial we'll be able to get up to 1,300 cess. Wow. I'm like, this is going to be a really another content that's going to allow us to gain some amazing amount of cess indeed. And I'm going to really clear this one out right away. And that's that, guys. All right. And finally, the element enhancement is going to be something that's going to be broken AF. Okay. And it's too cool. I'm like, wow. I mean, it can actually change the meta, and being able to break the like guardian stones of the opponents in just 1 shot, like 6 of those elemental guardian stones of the opponents in just 1 shot is just too OP. I mean, like, wow. I mean, like, this can really put us into some really deep thinking. Okay, like how to really build up our like guardian set stones. How is it possible? How is it going to be more effective? Now we have to be a little bit more strategic on this part, and definitely the whales are going to have much easier time in gaining the advantage against the opponents. I'm like against the free-to-play players very soon. Okay, due to this feature right over here. That's what I really have to say. Anyways, this is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to keep on enjoying the contents of my channel. See you guys in the next video.